Okay, what's up guys? Welcome to day 5 Road to Halloween 2018 vlog. Let me turn this down just a bit. Now, this episode is one that I recorded about a month ago, actually. My wife and I, we went to a haunted restaurant. And so most of this episode is going to be that, but I wanted to have a little bit of Halloween 5 in here for you guys. And I started it from this point because I think from this point the movie's really awesome actually. But unfortunately, before this point, it's complete crap. There's just a lot of bad choices. I've reviewed the movie a couple times. If you want to check out my, detailed thoughts on this movie, definitely go check that out, especially Revisited. I went pretty in depth on that one, but yeah, I mean, if you've seen 5, you probably know my problems. But this laundry chute scene is actually really great. It's one of the shining moments, I think, in the franchise. I think Don Shanks is a good Myers. I don't mind the mask. I know some people hate the mask. It's very different. It's probably the most different out of the whole franchise. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to have a little bit of footage in here for you guys so you don't feel cheated or anything, because like I said, these vlogs, it's kind of like spontaneous. It could be me talking specifically about the movie like I did with Halloween 3, or it could be me just going off on a tangent like I did with the Halloween 4. I went to Halloween Horror Nights. So that's kind of what this one is. I recorded this whole video at this haunted restaurant, and I think you guys are really going to get a kick out of it. But it is nice to have some Halloween footage in here. And the reason I did the haunted restaurant is because this one feels like the most haunted, I guess, if you want to use that word, out of all the movies. And I think that's just because of the director. He's a European director, so you can see a lot of that European expressionism in this movie. Atmospherically, it looks pretty badass. I just wish most of the movie would have taken place at night, because the day scenes look like crap, kind of. But I mean, they're lit nice, but you get what I mean. But the night scenes look really great, and this looks really kind of like this could be a haunted house, because the Myers house looks completely different in this movie than any other movie, and it's just weird. It's a weird movie. But anyway, I don't want to waste your time, so without further ado, I give you day 5 of the vlog. Enjoy, guys.
The lighting's that good.
It'll adjust because it's on auto, especially once we get moving.
So are you gonna talk?
Yeah, I'm just tilt it this way just a little bit. Right there, that's perfect. I'm telling you, framing is everything. Mike knows what I'm talking about.
Well, you could adjust it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 5 of the Road to Halloween 2018 vlog, daily vlog. Yesterday we did Halloween Horror Nights, Halloween 4. So anyway, yesterday we did Halloween 4, we did Halloween Horror Nights, and we did the ride. That was really fun. So today I thought, instead of just sitting in front of the TV and talking about Halloween 5, what I'll do is we're gonna go to a haunted restaurant. And you're probably thinking, what does that have to do with Halloween 5? I think Halloween 5 probably has the most like gothic, haunted house-ish type vibe out of the whole franchise, because the director was a European director. I'm not saying it's a good movie or anything. It's, matter of fact, it's one of the worst. But it does, atmospherically, it looks probably one of the most interesting out of the whole franchise. So what we're doing is we're going to a haunted restaurant. I got my wife, she's holding the camera right here.
Doing a terrible job of it.
Yeah, No, she's doing a fine job. So this restaurant's called Ashley's Restaurant. It's in Rockledge, Florida, which is kind of on the outskirts of Melbourne, which is where we live. And it used to be called Jack's Tavern. And my wife is going to read you the legend of Ashley's Restaurant. Go ahead, babe.
I am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gonna read it?
Read it.
All right, so.
Oh, by the way, this is the first time you guys have ever heard my wife's voice in 3.5 years.
I'm not gonna read it.
So go ahead.
But I'll talk about it.
Okay, talk about it then.
All right, so the story is that there was this 19-year-old girl, Ethel Allen, and in 1934, her body was found. She was brutally murdered on the shores of Indian River.
Oh, wow. I hope I can find some B-roll of this.
And so back then, Ashley's was called Jack's Tavern, as my husband said. And Jack's Tavern was one of the last places that this young girl was seen. And so they believe that possibly something happened there, which is why she now haunts what is now Ashley's Restaurant.
What year was that?
That was 1934.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I just love going to like haunted locations. And I think every town has like a registry of haunted locations. So that's something you guys can post in the comments. Your hometown, do you have like a haunted location? Back where I grew up in Columbus, Mississippi, there was a place called Three-Legged Lady Road. And I guess the legend of that was there's a church that's on that road that used to be like a satanic church. But I think that's like the only one that we have, and I don't even know how true that is.
Wait, so the road was called Three-Legged
Yeah,
Lady?
the road was called Three-Legged Lady Road, and anybody from Columbus, Mississippi knows.
And that's because it was in Mississippi?
Yeah, anybody from Columbus knows that road. What about Connecticut? My wife's from Connecticut, by the way. So
there was a house in Seymour that everybody claimed was haunted, Seymour, Connecticut. And Halloween time, everybody would want to go check out this house because it looked very creepy. It was just one of those places that looked very creepy. I don't really know the whole story about it.
So there's like no story behind why it was haunted?
I'm not the horror person like you are. I don't go investigating that stuff. So
I'd be investigating in a heartbeat.
You would have checked that out, but not me.
So next up, we're gonna stop at Ashley's Restaurant. I'm gonna get a burger.
Well, hold on. There's a little bit more on Ashley's
go ahead.
that was interesting. So, the other interesting facts. I guess there was this psychic,
right,
who would investigate paranormal activity, and she claims that she had a vision that Ethel, that 19-year-old, was actually murdered in the restaurant. So she claims she had the vision.
When was that?
I don't know when she had the vision, but that's the story on it.
That's creepy. I wish they would like do a movie on
the ladies' restroom seems to be a place of particular interest. So maybe something happened in the ladies' restroom. You know, you would think that guys wouldn't go into ladies' restroom. I mean, I'm assuming that it was a guy, but it could, you don't know. But I remember once somebody a man followed me into the ladies' restroom, and that's jarring for a girl.
Yeah. Like, you
feel trapped.
Let me ask you this. What do you think of like Hollywood's trend today of doing like true stories like The Conjuring? And do you
I don't
like
think
those?
The Conjuring is a true story.
Yeah, like, does that matter to you though if it's not true or if it's true?
I mean, I like the idea of it being true because it's a little more interesting when it's true. Scarier, right? But I think a lot of people follow the Fargo kind of thing where they're saying it's true, but really it's based on maybe, oh, there was a rumor. It's a true rumor.
Well, that's the problem today. It's hard to take any horror movie seriously, even if it says it's a true story, because it seems like at least half of them are complete bullshit. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre was marketed as this is based on a true story when it was like a small little fraction of Ed Gein. But other than that, it's not a true story at all. But luckily, it's such a well-directed film by Tobe Hooper that it doesn't matter. So what we're left with is really shitty directed movies, and we don't even know if they're true or not.
Yeah, see, there are some really interesting people out there who have done very bad things, and I feel like Hollywood could tap in to that a little bit better or more.
Right.
You know, I don't think anyone has done it quite as well as John Carpenter since Halloween.
Oh, well, yeah, John Carpenter hit his stride in like the 70s and 80s, and it's funny that like we have this like resurgence of Carpenter now. Like everybody's talking about Carpenter, even though he hasn't really directed a good movie in 20 years. But for some reason, all his old movies, like The Thing and especially Halloween, all those movies are just, everybody loves them to death. You know, people,
well, Halloween, I think if you, even today, like if Halloween was made today and it was released in the theater, I feel like it would be a hit.
I do too, I really do. And that's a big, actually that's a good topic because a lot of people mentioned that. Like, would Halloween be a big hit today?
But not if it was directed by some of the ones who did the sequels.
that leads me to my next question for you. What is your favorite sequel, not including the original? What is your favorite sequel of the whole franchise?
I don't like any of them. I mean, it's no secret. I'm not really a horror fan, but as far as Halloween goes, I think only Halloween 1 had it right. With the way it's really that you're waiting for something to happen. It's the intensity of the movie. I'm not a big fan of slasher movies, and the other ones moved in the slasher direction. I look for more depth, and this one had, Halloween 1 had that depth. It was, why did a child in a what? It looked like a middle class family.
Yeah, just middle America.
Murders his sister. That draws you to wonder why. What's going on there? Is this person possessed? Is this person, has this person experienced some horrible event that turned them into this creature? Like, because that's evil. A child is innocent. So for a child who's innocent to commit such an atrocious act, it draws those questions.
Well, I think that's what they tapped into on that first movie, because they weren't able to explore that more in the sequels. They just explored.
Well, they kind of did, like Rob Zombie's one that I hated. It's no secret that I said I absolutely
Rob Zombie
hated that movie. And I felt like I was
You just blew a lot of people's minds too, by the way, because a lot of my followers would probably assume that you're a massive Halloween fan, because I am, when in fact you don't like the franchise at all except for the first one.
I only like the first one, right?
Great.
My husband and I do not actually have the same taste. We argue about movies all of the time.
Actually, all four of us are very different.
In fact, he loved Mandy.
Yeah, and you hated Mandy.
I did not like Mandy. I will concede that Nicolas Cage was amazing in Mandy. His acting was phenomenal. I feel like he deserves so many more opportunities, better roles, because he was phenomenal. Very few people can act like him.
But what did you not like about him?
Everything else. I did not like anything else. It was way too artsy, which is funny coming from me because I'm a big fan of the arts. But I felt like it was way too artsy. It was over the top with the artsy. Overall, I thought the movie was overdone. Overdone with acting, with the exception of Nicolas Cage. He was phenomenal.
Oh, just so you know, my followers are screaming at me right now because the camera's not on you, it's on me. But my wife wants her privacy respected, so that's why we do that.
It's not really about privacy, because I'm going to do some videos later on. It's just that I don't want to do it today. I'm not ready for the camera. I'm not camera ready.
I think if
today.
you're a woman, you understand what she's talking about. But okay, so great stuff, babe, by the way. So we're gonna head over to Ashley's restaurant. We're almost there. I'll show you what the restaurant looks like. Don't know if I'm gonna get any inside footage, but we're gonna go there, and then yeah, I'm gonna eat my burger and I'm gonna let you guys know how it tasted. So great stuff, babe.
All right, great.
There we go. That's the restaurant, Ashley's restaurant. I want to say Ashley's Furniture because it's a furniture.
Yeah,
Ashley's Restaurant Bar. Look at that. Yeah.
There it is. That's where we're going. He's getting on the railroad track because
there's a railroad track.
It's gold.
All right, what's up, guys? I'm here right now, and I see this railroad track, and I've always wanted to record on a railroad track, so we're gonna do that. And it's silly, I know, but I have this thing for railroad tracks. I don't know what it is. They're badass. There it is right there. Look at that, freaking railroad track. So I'm gonna get to the top. Hopefully there's not a train coming. I'm at the top of the railroad track. There it is, that's me. Railroad track right behind me. I knew coming to Ashley's restaurant was a great fucking idea. And there's the restaurant right there. For the audio, because you can hear the...
Get what, close?
Okay, you got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay. All right, guys, here it is. This is Ashley's restaurant behind me. Come on, babe. We'll walk towards so we can get a little closer so you guys can see it. That's what it looks like though. We're gonna go inside. I'm gonna see if they'll let us film some footage inside. Maybe not, we'll see, but a little bit gothic looking, kind of like that house, the Myers house in Halloween 5. You know, keeping it on Halloween 5. Also, my wife said that she didn't think Halloween was a slasher film, and we all know better than that, right guys?
And of course he had to give me a movication in the car, which was completely
tell
annoying.
Why you didn't think it was a slasher film.
It seemed like a suspense movie to me. So he's arguing about the genre. So all right, so apparently it technically fits as a slasher movie, but in my book, it's a suspense movie. So
can a suspense movie have slasher elements?
It's a suspense movie.
Turn off the... Ooh, look at that window up there. That could be creepy. Yeah, that's really creepy. Ooh, I like these bricks. Look at these bricks.
That's a special kind of
Isn't that
brick,
cool looking?
There's a whole process.
Yeah, you got this freaking haunted looking window. Yep, and there's the dining hours. Oysters, mahi-mahi, and salmon. Or salmon. I said salmon. Salmon. Yeah, it almost looks like an old... Kind of reminds me of the church in the fog.
Yeah, the stained glass windows.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, we're sitting at the table. We just ordered our food, and I just want to ask my wife a question. Would you spend the night in this restaurant?
No, absolutely not. No, it looks like a creepy place. So I would not stay here. You know, I like to come in here and look at the old pipes and the cathedral ceiling and the neat paintings and the stained glass windows and everything. But when I walked in that bathroom, I'm not going to lie, I felt creeped out.
Did it feel cold or anything?
It did not feel cold. I did not have a supernatural experience.
Okay.
So that did not happen. However, I could see why it has the reputation that it does.
Okay. And our waitress's name was LJ. She was very friendly. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that.
And very helpful, yes.
Very helpful. So
so if you come to Ashley's, ask for her because she's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. Okay. Any other thoughts on this restaurant?
No, I think that they have a ghost hunter that comes on Monday nights to this restaurant, so that would be something that would be really cool to check out and experience.
All right, cool. And I will show what the food looks like when it gets here.
Yep.
So guys, right behind me are actual photos. So that is Ethel right there. And
Really? Are you sure?
back there too, I think. Anyway guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Thanks to my wife for actually speaking up and giving her opinions on movies like Mandy and the Halloween franchise. This was a blast, and stay tuned tomorrow. The Road to Halloween 2018 vlog continues with Halloween 6. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and